friends. Welcome to another episode of I Want to Know. We all know how faith, spirituality, and hope can be crucial to our community's health and well-being. Well, focusing on that today, I would like to welcome the pastor of New Antioch Church of God in Brantford, Pastor Greene. Joining him is Mary Elizabeth and India. Hi, guys.
Hello.
I can barely see you down here, but I know you're there because I can see in the monitor. Anyways, Pastor, thank you very much for joining me. Why don't you tell me a little bit about you, and we'll go from there.
I am the founder and senior pastor of New Antioch Church of God. My first name is Esau. We like to just use our first names and keep everything casual and easy to embrace rather than strict formalities over at New Antioch Church of God. We were founded in 2015 with 7 members. We've grown now to a congregation of nearly 200.
Wow.
We've really been blessed even through the pandemic. God has enlarged our territory, and recently we just relocated to 65 Burbank Drive in Brantford.
Where were you located before?
Prior to our Brantford location, we were located on Webster Street in New Haven. And one of our many prayers was that God would allow us to go into a property, to move into a property where we could provide a safe haven for our children, and not only for our children, but for the children in the neighborhood, and that we would go into, we'd be able to embrace them as well. And so far, everything is working well. We've had such a great welcome into the Brantford community. I'd just like to mention a couple of names. Judy, of course.
Judy Marin.
Yes.
Folks, for those of you who know me, you know I'm on the board of Community Dining Room. Judy is the executive director. That is how I was lucky enough to meet the pastor and do this show. And we at the Community Dining Room are involved with some programs that you guys are facilitating, correct?
Yes, we have. We're in the process of opening our Helen Harrison House of Hope, and the Helen Harrison House of Hope will be a sober home for women, and also serve as an emergency shelter for residents in Brantford. So it's a real exciting time. We're meeting great people, as I said. Another tremendous help to us has been the rector of Trinity Episcopal Church on the Greene in Brantford, Sharon Grayson, along with the great efforts that have been given on our behalf by Peter Semino and Marianne Amore. Mm-hmm. So we've really been embraced by the Brantford community, and we're just ready to go and just be a positive effect on the community and help out where we can. Being a church to us is more than proselytizing and preaching on Sundays, but we want to be an everyday resource to the community.
I mean, talking before the show, I know that is your true focus, and that's what is in your heart, is support and love for the community. No matter what people's backgrounds are, no matter what their situations are economically, you guys are there to serve the community and welcome the community into your doors.
Well, Dan, I've had a very eclectic life. I grew up in a blue-collar, middle-class family. I attended college. I attended American International College in Springfield, Massachusetts, also Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia. But along the way, I also developed some habits, and I was on drugs, an addict, an everyday user of cocaine and crack cocaine for over 22 years.
Wow.
And finally, I turned my will and my life over to Christ. And it was upon doing this that God really gave me a true awakening to look around and see individuals in the street who didn't have the opportunities that I had growing up. I had a mother and a father in the house. I had brothers and sisters. There were 7 of us in the house, and we were a very close-knit family.
And they're also all, much of them involved with the church in one aspect or another, correct?
Oh, absolutely. My youngest brother, Greene, is our music minister or director of music. My niece, Mary, his daughter, is one of our praise and worship leaders and lead singers. And down on the end is my niece, India, who is a part of our youth ministries, and she is a minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ as well. So, and in the crowd there, my daughter and sister, but
we have a peanut gallery today. We're so lucky.
Yeah, but you know, one of the greatest things, and if I could take pride in anything, is that our church is comprised of many individuals who were either coming out of prison, walking the streets of New Haven, lost without hope, and God gave us an idea of bringing hope to the hood. And we just go out and we share the love of Christ with anyone that is willing to be embraced by us. And now we bring that same love, that same energy into the suburbs. So I guess we're a church in the burbs, but with a urban mission.
Well, but there's needs in the burbs too. There's needs throughout society,
Absolutely.
Correct?
Absolutely. You know,
and needs don't know really any religion. They don't know any demographic. Pardon me, folks. My earpiece is falling all over the place.
When I was doing things that I shouldn't have done in New Haven, and I'm talking about selling drugs, the slogan in Fairhaven was, "We can't wait till the people from over the bridge come," meaning the Q Bridge or the
from the burbs.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because those were the individuals who had the real money to make you successful. You don't make a lot of money off of addicts who are homeless and in the street.
Right.
But you know, we all have been affected and are affected by addiction. Mm-hmm. And with our Helen Harrison House of Hope, the Sober Home, it's our way of trying to provide a safe haven for women who are still struggling with addiction, women who may have just given up. So we want to provide a safe haven for them. And the Helen Harrison House of Hope, it's named after my aunt. Back when Senator Lowell Weicker was a senator, before he was the governor, ran for president and all that good stuff, my aunt Helen Harrison, who lived on Newhall Street, was dubbed and honored as the Angel of Newhallville. She was a great foster parent, and many of my cousins who she raised are professionals now. I have contractors, and my cousin Raphael Rosa, his brother Tony Anthony Rosa is a doctor with a very successful practice down in Florida.
Wow.
I have another cousin, Douglas Jones, who's an educator, PhD in the city of New Haven. His brother Raymond is also a contractor, and her middle son, Anthony Benjamin, runs a number of homes for individuals who, for adults with developmental disabilities.
Is that in the New Haven area as well?
No, they're spread all over the country.
Okay.
But one's in Las Vegas, one's in Florida, North Carolina, and 2 in Connecticut. But what resonates with me, we lost our dad when we were young, and while my aunt was doing all these things, she was still an intricate part of our lives as well. And we saw her helping people. We saw her doing all these great things. So in honor of her, to me, my heart and the things that she has done, my own life experiences, this will be the Helen Harrison House of Hope.
Wow, what
just
an
to
honor.
continue in that legacy.
Right, for sure. For sure. You'll be providing counseling services as well? I mean, what is the vision?
We are still developing the full program. We do have, we've been blessed. We have LCSW who attends our church, who actually is helping us form the program. And then we, myself included, we have a few human service majors and counselors and LCS. We have everything that we need. God has given us everything that we need right in the house, right in the church, and right
in the congregation, and people are willing to jump in,
absolutely,
and fill these needs.
Yes, yeah. And we're really excited about it. But you know, it's just a progression of where God has brought us from and allowed us to look at people and human beings as human beings. There's no one who is above reproach. We've all, as the Bible says, we've all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. But some of us just didn't have a family like I have, or
support network.
Exactly, or have gone to college and can always look and say, oh, I have a resource here or I have a resource there. But when we humble ourselves and see where God has taken us from, and you see your brother or sister on the street, and I'm talking about my brothers and sisters in humanity, period. When you see them on the street, you look at someone and say, but by the grace of God, there go I. But then there's that's a really good catchphrase. Mm-hmm. And you know, we sometimes, we religious folks, oh, but by the grace of God, there go I.
So it's overused?
Yeah, it's overused because we don't follow through on it. But by the grace of God, there go I. So when I go help that person,
right.
That's what it's all about.
Right.
It's about share. Love is an action word. And if you say you love your fellow man, you say you love your brother, you love your sister, there must be some type of empathy in you.
And action behind it, yeah. Absolutely.
So, you know, meeting all these great people in Branford who have given us, you know, we came in, we thought we were coming in under the radar, but Sharon Grayson and these guys, they just snatched us and embraced us and have given us a platform in the town, and Judy, of course. And we're appreciative, we're grateful of the warm reception, and we're ready to get on with the work.
So that is what a pastor does, essentially, right? Is puts all these thoughts together into action, correct? Well,
the pastor is the leader, but when you have great people working alongside you, and even more so when you're working with your brothers and your sisters, and individuals who you grew up with, and those who share your vision and your mindset. We have Reverend Wendy Faring on our staff, Minister Kim Young, and Pastor Tamika Pearson, who we all grew up together, and we've all seen the struggles that we've had in life. And of course, my executive pastor is my sister, Pastor Trina Greene, who's never been in trouble in her life. But I always pointed her finger at me. But that's something personal. We'll talk about that later. And
that's what they call dirty laundry.
Yeah. But my mother-in-law, Leola Evans, who's a great woman of faith, she's my assistant pastor. And my wife is as strong and in faith as anyone. And we coming from a large family, and the others who are with us and friends, and we who have been with us for a long time. And then we didn't start out by trying to attract our professional friends, but our heart's desire has always been to help those who may have had a little bit less than ourselves. And when you begin to love on people and let them know, hey, you may have gone through all these tragedies in your life, you may have had all of these traumatic experiences in your life, but guess what? I'm going to give you something, and I'm not going to ask you for anything in return. The only thing I want you to do is be a better you. And when we can embrace people and help them to see that God is on their side, He hasn't abandoned them, that's why we're here. And you know, we use the phrase in church all the time, usually before I preach. We all say we're here to
build each other up
and not
tear each other down.
You know, so we just
if
keep
only that message could spread amongst society, it would be a perfect time for that.
We're spreading.
Well, you're doing your part.
We're
right?
here.
That's why we're here.
So that's the essence of the New Antioch Church of God. That's our message, and at this time and in this season, we are looking to grow horizontally. And what I mean by horizontally is that we want to embrace this whole shoreline area, not just in the geographic area, but we want to embrace all of this area is so rich in different cultures and
the region,
races.
Yeah.
Yes. So you know you're a prophet, Dan. You're making it regional, but I'm just talking one area right now. You're putting too much on me.
Sorry.
But you know, we white, black, brown, Hispanic, we all talk about one day meeting Jesus Christ in the sky, and you know what a glorious day that will be, and you know we'll all dance around roses and daisies, I guess, and the streets of gold. But my whole vision, and I believe it's from God, is what about us embracing each other now? Black, white, Hispanic, Asian. Let's embrace each other now.
And regardless of our backgrounds, right?
Exactly.
Regardless of our histories.
Exactly. So as we're growing horizontally, when we start bringing all these cultures and all these races and beautiful people together, then we can start looking vertically. We can grow spiritually and be more enriched if we all come together.
Sure.
So that's the vision that we have for New Antioch. That's part of why we have our programs. The Harrison House of Hope, which is going to help women. But I brought these two young people with us tonight because we also are launching Enhanced Hope. And Enhanced Hope will be a program that gathers young people, and it's going to be about performing arts, where young people can come together, young Christians can come together and just grow together, black, white. You know, have you ever gone to a cafe and just see young people playing the guitar, drawing and doing arts, and no one looks at color.
Right.
But unfortunately, and even in my life experience, the only place that we are truly segregated is on Sundays at church. But we're supposed to be all lovers of one another. So what we want to do is reignite a movement of young people coming together through the arts, through liturgical dance and modern dance, singing.
Yeah, right, song.
Yes, and also plays and things of that, dramas, all
The
of that
arts
good stuff,
and
the
interests,
arts,
right.
absolutely. And we have the space to do it where we're at, and I really am excited because of the great reception that we've received in Brantford, and we have some young people in our church who are excited about tackling this and leading the way. I am often impressed with how easy young people grab a hold of something and they're ready to take off with it.
Well, speaking of our young people here, we have Mary Elizabeth.
Hello.
Tell me about what you're doing through the arts. I mean, you have a beautiful voice. We sampled it a little bit before the show. Why don't you tell me about what you're doing?
Well, my goal is to just, bring kids to Christ and bring people closer to God. When I sing, I like reaching out to people. So that's always my mission, is to just, reach out to those who are hopeless and, want to build a relationship with God. So.
And you were telling me a little bit earlier about diversity. And what that means to you.
Yes, well, when I define diversity, a lot of people just think of it as race. I think of it as sexual orientation, ethnic backgrounds, different ethnic backgrounds, and perspectives. So that's how I define diversity.
And experiences,
And
too.
experiences.
And
yes.
so you're looking to bring people from different backgrounds and different experiences and lifestyles together in song.
Right. Like, for an example, at my church, we sing different genres of music. I'm a praise and worship leader, so I'll sing things by Tasha Cobbs, Hillsongs.
Like, how would that sound? Why don't you just let us know?
Okay, so, for example, Tasha Cobbs, I'll sing For Your Glory. It goes like, Lord, if I find favor in your sight, Lord, please hear my heart cry. I'm desperately waiting to be where you are. I cross the hottest desert. I'll travel near or far for your glory. And then I'll sing something by Jonathan, which is, may your struggles keep you near the cross, and may your battles show that you need God, and may your bad days end the way they should, and may your whole life prove that God is good.
Thank you for that. That was awesome. Everybody at home is clapping and waving, I'm sure.
And Dan, I am often told, Pastor, preach, because you don't have to sing. And when I start singing, everyone looks at me funny.
They were like, start preaching again, please.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah, it's because of these guys.
I hear you. Putting everybody to shame.
Yeah.
So, India, way down there, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Good. So what are you focusing on?
Well, I mostly focus on the youth ministry and the programs that New Antioch may partner with, or the fun functions that we have for the youth. Last Saturday we had a youth for the girls, a sleepover that encourages girls, and one of our favorite scriptures is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. And this summer, it was our first time partnering with PMOSH, which was a summer program.
What is PMOSH?
It's a summer program that helps kids. It's a a Christian program for kids to come to during the summer, so they can stay out of trouble, they can learn more things. It gave children a lot of opportunity to show their talents. Some kids were able to go in the studio, some kids were able to do projects, art pieces. Yes, so
expressing themselves through art, which is what you all are doing.
Yes.
Well, it was more of an academic program, allowing the children to reacclimate to classroom settings and helping those who New Haven was really hit hard when it came to the academic aspect of the COVID plague. There were almost, if I remember correctly, it was like 6% of the children had not attended school or gone
for a year plus.
Yeah. So what we tried to do was give them an opportunity to get reacclimated with a classroom setting, help those who may have been struggling academically, and it was very successful. And from that, we are now branching out into our enhanced Hope program, which is still going to tend to the needs of children academically. But our vision and our hope for the future is to, we're looking at community, building a bigger community. And my family, I tell you, is full of musicians, singers, and so my mother, the late Mother Mary Greene, used to always say, if you need to do something, do what you do best.
And you guys are doing that brilliantly for the betterment of the community.
Yes, absolutely.
So why don't we we have a minute left or so. So the House of Hope for Women is a project underway.
Yeah.
Are you accepting donations for this project?
Absolutely. Right now, Dan, I'm glad you asked that question.
Yeah, please quickly tell people how to contact you. And
we need bedding. We have some other issues with the house that we didn't foresee. So if anyone would like to donate to the house, whether it be monetary or in furniture, anything that goes into a house and it has quality to it, you can reach us at 203-208-1805. That's our number, or you can email us at newantiochoffice@gmail.com.
All right.
We're located 65 Burbank Drive, and if no one picks up the phone, I'm here with Dan now, so I'm not near the phone. So leave a message, send a text. We're also on New Antioch Church of God is also on Facebook. And not only that, I just want to throw one more thing in there, Dan. We are looking for young people across the races, across cultures. If you play an instrument, if you sing, if you dance, if you're an artist, painter, what have you, contact us, because we're starting our Enhanced Hope program, and it's for young people to come together and provide hope to our communities.
Thank you so much for joining me. We're short on time. What a pleasure it was to meet you.
You as well.
And the girls here and the family. Thank you for all you're doing on behalf of the community, and I hope to see you again real soon.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.